The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning here at 5 a.m. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher. This morning, local students say they're coming together to promote peace following a tumultuous week in northern Kern County. Gun violence disrupted the lives of thousands after 3 shootings in Wasco and another in Delano that left 2 dead. Officials say they were gang-related. While social media posts threatened more violence, deputies say those threats were not credible, but officials canceled school activities and sporting events as a precaution. Those activities are back to normal now, and students from McFarland and Delano high schools will gather for breakfast this morning to show solidarity.
Meantime, we're learning more about another killing in Delano from over the weekend. Police say a man was shot several times in an apartment on 5th Avenue in Delano on Saturday. Police say if you know anything about the shooting, you're asked to call police.
5:03 is your time now. 1 adult and a teen are in custody following a shooting in Lamont last Thursday. When deputies arrived to the crime scene on San Diego Street around 10 that morning, they found the man suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital for treatment and non-life-threatening injuries. Deputies located and arrested the teen the following day on Stowe Street in Lamont. Officials say the teen and 18-year-old Rene Gutierrez were found in possession of loaded guns. Deputies booked Gutierrez into jail on weapons charges, and the teen was booked into juvenile hall for attempted murder and being in possession of a loaded gun and ammo.
Your time now is 5:03, and they say one person's trash is another's treasure, and it's hitting home to businesses in downtown Bakersfield. And a proposed ordinance would look to keep dumpsters secure in hopes to keep the trash off our streets. 17's Marco Torres has more.
It's called a dumpster lock, and it works just like how it sounds. Lock up dumpsters from people looking to get into where they don't belong.
If there was an easy solution, we would have done it already. We would have pursued it and we would have tackled it. None of us are happy that so many people are unhoused on our streets.
There's been a history of homeless people dumpster diving, looking for bottles, cans, and other items they can sell for a quick buck. But there's also some who vandalize the dumpsters too. Casey's Steakhouse in downtown Bakersfield had its dumpsters set on fire by vandals a couple of years ago. Michelle Pelton, the owner of Casey's Steakhouse, says they've had locks on the dumpsters, but it still doesn't work. People will keep cutting the locks or bend back the plastic lids to get in.
They do not work. They put the locks on, they cut them off. You can go on the side and lift them up. There ain't no purpose in them. I don't know what else to do about it.
Bonnie's Best Cafe has its dumpsters locked up too, but it uses a different kind of lock, and it works.
The lock is called the gravity lock, so once the dumpster truck gets here, once they lift it and they put it upside down, it automatically unlocks it, so it takes all the trash can out. So when he puts it back, it automatically relocks it, so that way nobody can go in and get any trash from there.
Pelton with Casey's Steakhouse says the proposal is good, but the locks aren't the issue.
I don't believe it's going to do anything. A possible fix is maybe put the pyros in jail again.
That was 17's Marco Torres reporting. This morning, the fall honor flight is scheduled for takeoff. Honor Flight 45 will take 97 Kern County veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the monuments and memorials built in their honor. There will be 2 World War II veterans on board, along with 9 from the Korean War and 86 Vietnam vets, 4 of whom are women. The chartered flight leaves Meadows Field at 9 a.m. for 2 days in our nation's capital. The vets and their escorts return home Thursday night, and you're invited to help welcome them back with posters and banners.
I think it's so great that we have an honor flight here in Kern County. 17 News is your local election headquarters, and voting is already underway in Kern County. There are now just 21 days until the midterm election, and if you haven't received your ballot for the upcoming midterms, you should pretty soon. According to the Secretary of State, ballots were mailed last week to all active registered voters in Kern County. If you have not received your ballot by Thursday, you can request a replacement ballot from the local elections office. The last day to register to vote and then have a ballot mailed to you in this election is October 24th, so you got a few days. And then after that, you can conditionally register to vote between October 25th and Election Day, that's November 8th, at the county elections office or at any poll site on Election Day. Meantime, we are hosting another debate ahead of the election, and tonight, 16th State Senate District candidates Melissa Hurtado and David Shepard will face off. It is happening at 7 o'clock tonight right here on KGET. And if you have a question that you would like us to ask the candidates during this live debate, you can send us an email at KGET or 17news@kget.com. Just type question for the candidates in the subject line.
In your Health Watch this morning, a new study shows one of Kern's most profitable agricultural products could be a top cancer fighter. Researchers at Cornell University found pistachios are high in antioxidants. The study suggests the seed packed more nutrients compared to blueberries, pomegranates, cherries, and beets. Scientists say the antioxidants in pistachios attacked cancer growth in the breast, liver, and colon. Pistachios are the third most popular cash crop in Kern County.
In your 17 Core Watch this morning, Sabrina Lamone, convicted in 2017 in the death of her husband, will continue serving a life sentence after an appeals court upheld her convictions on all charges. According to the ruling, the Court of Appeal rejected Lamone's arguments that there was insufficient evidence to support the convictions, the prosecution engaged in misconduct, and the trial judge failed to protect her constitutional rights. Lamone is currently serving 26 years and 4 months to life in prison. Jonathan Hearn, Lamone's firefighter boyfriend, who shot and killed Robert Lamone 8 years ago, agreed to testify in Lamone's trial in exchange for a prison term of 25 years and 4 months. He testified Lamone was involved in planning her husband's death every step of the way.
The Tehachapi woman accused of murdering her ex-boyfriend after confronting him over the sexual abuse of her daughter testified in her own defense yesterday. Wendy Howard's accused of shooting and killing Kelly Pitts outside her Tehachapi home on June 5th, 2019. During cross-examination, Howard continued with her claims that she killed Pitts in self-defense after confronting him with photos showing him molesting her teen daughter. Howard testified that Pitts yelled and swore at her while sitting on his quad, then drove toward her, hitting her foot. She testified that Pitts got a look in his eyes that she had previously seen when he became violent, including incidents years ago when they were in a relationship and he hit her with a baseball bat and choked her. Howard said that's when she drew her gun and fired. Several prosecution witnesses, however, have testified Pitts wasn't facing Howard when he was shot 3 times. This morning, an organizer of the Wendy Howard Defense Committee and a co-founder of Survived and Punished will join us to talk about Howard's case. And the jury for one of the men in the Kristen Smart trial has reached a verdict. Ruben Flores is the father of Paul Flores and is accused of helping his son hide the Cal Poly freshman's body after her murder in 1996. Ruben's jury reached a verdict yesterday, but Paul's jury is still deliberating. The verdict was sealed until Paul's jury reaches a verdict. The men are being tried at the same time. Paul Flores is accused of murdering Smart while trying to rape her. Her body has never been found.
Kern County Library and Kern Behavioral Health and Recovery Services are teaming up to get Narcan into the hands of those who might need it. Narcan is an opioid reversal drug. Narcan will now be distributed at all 22 Kern County libraries. Kern BHRS also trained library staff on administering the nasal spray in case of an overdose. Experts say Narcan is a critical tool in the face of this deadly opioid crisis our community is facing, and there are harmful effects if given to someone who is not experiencing an overdose. 162 Kern County residents had died from fentanyl overdoses between the start of the year and the end of September.
New details are emerging after police arrested a suspected serial killer in Stockton, saying he was ready to strike again. NBC's Miguel Almaguer reports.
After dark, as investigators say their serial killer prowled the streets of Stockton, police made their move, arresting Wesley Brownlee, saying he was ready to kill for a 7th time.
He was out hunting.
Clad in black with a mask and armed with this handgun, police say Brownlee was stalking the Northern California streets during the time frame the city's serial killer often struck, 2 a.m.
Arrested on this street, not far from where he lived, police had been tracking their 43-year-old suspect for some time, following hundreds of tips.
With some of the homicides within blocks and days of each other, police are now checking to see if ballistics will match Brownlee's gun to the murder of these 6 men. The killer's motive remains a mystery.
How dangerous was this suspect?
Very dangerous, vicious. A lot of our victims didn't even see it coming.
Natasha Latour, the only survivor, shot at least 9 times, gave this chilling description of the gunman to a local news site.
There was no words exchanged, didn't say anything, didn't come any closer, just started shooting.
Set to appear in court tomorrow, Brownlee doesn't yet have a lawyer. The wave of fear that washed across this city is slowly fading, but for the families, heartbreak endures.
I'm just grateful that they were able to save it from happening to another person. It's just been horrific.
Tonight, the pain and the pursuit of justice. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Stockton, California.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.